the full version of episode 77 has still not been released, and I'm sure there are many reasons why this happened, and after a long wait for any information, we finally got even more spoilers that we received just recently from Stake Streams, and is Mr. Boom doing the right thing, which gives us so many spoilers. I'll tell you about this later, but now be sure to like, subscribe to the channel and join my Discord server, all links are in the first pinned comment. Oh yes, I'm Moby with you as always, and I'm very glad to see you back on my channel. Now without further ado, we're starting. So, in my last video, I told you all the information and showed you all the leaks that were posted at that time, and in fact, the full episode 77 was supposed to be released a few days ago, but it didn't happen. I'm sure there are reasons for this, but now I won't talk about it in more detail, but I'll go straight to the new leaks that you saw on the recent Stake stream. To be honest, I was pleasantly surprised, because after seeing this image, I again recalled the events of episode 50, when we finally saw the improved Titan cameraman for a long time. But why did I remember exactly episode 50? That's because here we see the base of cameraman agents, and judging by the high quality of this leak, their base has not changed much since the last appearance in the series, and we can also notice that the character Fred is already familiar to us. And by the way, I had a separate video on my channel, be sure to watch it. In addition to cameraman agents, Skibidi Toilet is also located at their base. And at that moment, my Skibidi multiverse collapsed, because it's not hard to guess that this time Skibidi Toilet came to the cameraman agent base not to destroy it, but to find a new home, new friends, and of course join forces in the fight against their common enemy. Now I understand what Mr. Boom meant when he said it would be a crazy episode. After all, this is really crazy. How could we have imagined, after watching episode 50, that Skibidi Toilet, after 27 episodes, would come to cameraman agents for help, because they were each other's sworn enemies, and now they are fighting side by side. An old familiar character from episode 75 was also seen on the new leak. I will assume that he has been at the cameraman agent base for quite some time, and did not come here in this episode. Well, I can also assume that in the full version of episode 77, we will also see cameraman Commander, who was also in episode 75. And that's not all, because it looks like the events of the full 77th episode will take place in two locations. The first one, as you understand, will be the cameraman agent base, and the second is the battlefield with Astro Duke, which Mr. Boom showed us in past leaks. But in this location, we have only two new leaks. One of them looks like the Astro Duke himself, or it's his assistant, because he's quite small compared to what we saw last week. And in the second new leak, we see how the G-Toilet seems to fly away from the battlefield, and here you can also see the tentacles of the Astro Duchess and part of the huge body of the Astro Duke. To be honest, it's even difficult for me to guess what exactly might be going on between them here, and if you have theories, then be sure to write them in the comments. And finally, Mr. Boom showed us this leak. It's Astro Mothership. And the last time we saw this ship in the series was only in episode 74. It was in that episode when the cameraman Titan went into battle against the Astro Toilet army in order to save his Titan brothers, so I think there is still some chance that they will show us what happened to the cameraman Titan after episode 74. So I've done an analysis of all the new leaks for the full 77th episode, and here's what I can say. On the one hand, it's good that Mr. Boom still got in touch and gave us new information after the promised episode did not come out. But on the other hand, I think that such a large number of spoilers still slightly spoils the idea of the final picture, because the more spoilers, the more plot information we will learn about it, and if we did not see in the new leaks that in the full episode we will see the cameraman agent base again, then in the video itself we would be very surprised, because we haven't seen this location for a long time. Although Mr. Boom has repeatedly proved to us that he is a very brilliant man, so since he showed us such a big spoiler with the cameraman agent base, it means that this is not the most interesting thing that will happen in it, and there will be a moment from which we will be more shocked. In any case, be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on all notifications so as not to miss the release of the analysis of the new full 77th episode of Skibidi Toilet. I'm sure it will be released soon, and you can try to guess the release date in the comments.